But that's not the only narrative that's taken a bit of a hit, and you guys that like physical aren't going to like this one. If you spent 5 minutes on Reddit, Twitter, or YouTube comment sections over the last couple of weeks, you've seen the sheer fury directed at Sony. Ever since news broke about PlayStation's long-term plans to phase out physical disc production, the outrage...
You've been defending it nonstop.
Machine has been in full overdrive. We're seeing thousands of angry comments under new game trailers, petitions with hundreds of thousands of signatures, and gamers screaming, no disc, no buy. It feels like a massive unified consumer revolt. It feels like PlayStation is about to run straight into the brick wall of customer boycotts. But
oh yeah, they're definitely getting hammered, Lono.
then the actual cold, hard retail sales numbers get released, and reality hits you like a freight train. Social media outrage is telling you that physical media is irreplaceable, but the cash registers across America are telling a completely different story. Matt Piscatella, the senior director...
Oh, fuck Matt Piscatella. And just like that, oh, all of that was just FUD. All of that was just misinformation. There's actually no one who cares about physical. Just look at this chart. That's vague-ass chart with 7 games. They won't even tell you what games it is.
And video game industry analyst at Circana just dropped a huge reality check, and these stats are brutal.
No. He dropped damage control, and you're running with it. He dropped ammunition for all you console warriors.
The week ending in July 11th across the entire United States, the largest console gaming market, only 2 PlayStation games sold more than 10,000 physical copies. 2 in the entire country. And if you think that's just a slow week, well then look at the year-to-date numbers.
Who gives a fuck, Lono? Like, what does this have to do with them taking away options? Right? Like, it's crazy how he's going out of his way to try to justify this.
Every single game released on PlayStation across every publisher so far this year, only 7 titles have managed to sell more than 100,000 physical disc copies in the U.S. 7. We're talking the behemoths, the ones that top the sales charts, right? The top fraction of the percent of the blockbuster releases, and that's their height. Everything else is sitting on store shelves. They're all...
didn't he shit on Circana for Sorrow's reports? I think that may have been a Linea Analytics.
Selling about a fraction of that. Piscatella summed up the massive disconnect between internet outrage and the actual customer buying habits.
Oh, so now there's a disconnect between what consumers are saying online and behind the scenes. This is what I mean. He is literally taking the marching orders, and now he's using it to defend PlayStation.
Perfect.
And their scummy decision.
Because he said, quote, commenting is cool, use your voice and all that, but commenting is cheap. And listen...
Yeah, commenting is cheap. You're never going to take down a PlayStation with just your comments, right? I mean, this is crazy, and he's laughing at that. I seen that shit from Matt Piscatella, and I was like, wow, what a fucking shill, right?
Corporate bootlicker, no matter what.
I said, this Matt Piscatella guy is a corporate bootlicker, but Lono seen that, and he just started kicking. He just started laughing. He thought it was so hilarious, right? And shut up the hijinks. He says 7 games sold more than 100K. That's between 21 and 49 million at 100K. But there's a lot of numbers between 100K and infinity. It's so maddening to hear this crap. I mean, brother, it's crazy that they dropped some vague, cherry-picked information, and at this time, right, to kind of silence the backlash that PlayStation's getting, because PlayStation ain't done shit. And sure enough, what do you see? You see PlayStation fanboys running with that shit, like hook, line, and sinker, right? I told you guys the day that shit came out, I said, they have their ammunition now, right? Shut up the hijinks, man.
New data dropped just this morning from Circana, and it paints an even bleaker picture. A chart going back as far as 2007 shows U.S. new physical video game consumer spending, and in 2009 it peaked at $11.5 billion. And then 2025, just last year, it was a fraction of that, landing at $1.5 billion. So
okay, well, fuck the numbers, Lono. What does that have to do with consumers losing a fucking option? What does that have to do with the PlayStation Store essentially becoming a monopoly, brother? Right? Like, this doesn't change what's happening.
11.5.
But it's funny they want to add context on why these guys are getting gypped and losing out on options. It's crazy.
Down to 1.
Yeah, just the vaguest of vague posts.
1.5. That's literally 1/10 of what it once was. From 2010 to now, every year has either dropped or barely maintained what the previous year was. This trajectory is what I've been...
And that's a good point. That's only U.S., nothing international, though. Yeah, facts.
Trying to draw everybody's attention to, because if this...
No, you've just been trying to defend this. And thank God that you got some, data to help your efforts, brother.
Chart continues, and this trend continues for the next, 5-10 years. this becomes an inevitable decision. Listen, I hate saying this as someone who grew up.
Oh, no, you don't. You've been saying it since this information came out. You love saying this. Like, you are so happy that you have some data, a little graph that you can pull out to defend PlayStation when people call them out for the bullshit that they're doing.
Shelves of physical Nintendo cartridges, and I still remember trips to Funko Land. But listen, from the cold, calculating corporate perspective, Sony looks at these numbers and they see a clear path forward, greenlit by the consumers. Manufacturing.
Wow, so now the consumers have greenlit this.
Physical Blu-ray discs, printing the artwork, shipping the plastic across the ocean, paying retailer cuts a part of your sale.
And why should the consumer give a fuck about that?
And then dealing with the secondhand used game market cost, that's millions upon millions of dollars in overhead.
Okay, and during their most profitable gen.
Because many were quick to point out, well, hey, $1.5 billion is still a lot of money. That's still a lot of sales to turn your back on. Well, not when the margins are actually working against that revenue. When 85 to 90% of your total software revenue is already digital, maintaining a global supply chain for a physical format that only 7 games can sell 100,000 units of, that's not just inefficient. To corporate executives, it looks like throwing money into the furnace. The painful truth is that gamers voted with their wallets over the last decade.
Wow, so now here we are yet again. Gamers voted for this and decided this.
Chose convenience. We chose digital preloads, midnight unlocks, and instant downloads.
Okay, I mean, convenience. You know, they love food analogies, right? Like, I mean, people love fucking ordering out. Like, people love having food delivered to their house. Does that mean you shouldn't be able to sit down and eat, right? They love food analogies. Like, why are we using this information to fucking pretty much defend PlayStation taking away options? What's that white stuff around his mouth? Oh, you know the answer to that, Bashy the Washy.
We watched retail stores turn into Funko Pop warehouses. And now that the manufacturers are taking away the physical option, well, everyone's acting shocked, even though our collective buying habits handed them the axe in the first place. Listen,
wow,
you can sign it.
Wow, so you guys, you can't be mad at PlayStation, okay? We handed in the axe. We asked him to not give us more options. Like, what the fuck?
Petition on the internet and leave tens of thousands of angry comments on YouTube, but a corporate board of directors doesn't read comments. They read the sales sheets. And right now, the sales sheets say the physical media is on the way out. So I want to ask you, be honest with me, when was the last time you walked into a physical store and bought a brand new PS5 disc on the launch date? Or,
wow, so now we're turning this on consumers.
Have you gone completely digital? Drop your answer and be sure to swing by one of my live streams.
I mean, just wicked, right? Just wicked. So now we're literally using that vague-ass post to fucking defend this shit. Now peep this right here. I mean, just wicked work from the logician, man. I knew he would do it, but seeing it happen, it's just a whole nother thing.
I don't cover that industry, so I don't actually know. Trill with 49 months in a VIP says, Lono, in your opinion, who's worse? The diehard Bungie fans that don't let the studio take any accountability, or the bleed green Xbox that constantly get lied to but still always...
Oh, yeah, he did discuss it a little bit in this shit, so I guess that's why Xbox is getting brought up. You know, all I can say is...
all aboard the Xbox hate train.
You can't get away from that.
Defense for them. I'm going to tell you something I've learned this last week, Trill, and that data sheet from Circana proves it. I think
that you fanboys will bootlick Sony no matter what.
Most of the people in our midst that take these contrarian positions, I think they're frauds. I don't even think they believe it. I think they get their
no, that's you, Lono.
rocks off being contrarian. I think they're brigading PlayStation tweets. I think they're having a go at anybody who, criticizes Bungie. I think there are people in every pocket of the internet. That's all they're doing. They don't give a frick about any of this stuff.
Yeah, so everyone is just bad faith. Lono's the only one with his head on straight.
It's just fun to
defending the corporation.
Get into the fight and stir up the masses. Actors everywhere. Stacked dead actors, stacked to the rafters, like everywhere. They're all playing a part. I think you have people in the PlayStation brigading on physical doing it. I think you have people defending everything Xbox does. Why? Because it's fun to them. It's fun.
Is defending PlayStation fun, Lono?
There is now a significant meta and culture within these spaces of just rage baiting, They're terminally
I mean, I would think that with you, Lono, with these dog shit takes. I would like to think that, maybe you're just rage baiting, but the sad thing is you're dead serious.
rage baiting. It's just what they do. Yo, what's good, Brap? I always thought some of it was performative. But so performative is the word I would use for some folks.
Oh, no, that's you when layoffs get brought up, when all of a sudden you want to cry crocodile tears and everything. You're the performative one.
Like, they want the attention and they want the virtue points, right?
You!
They called you a contrarian. I mean, they'll call me anything.
Oh, no, you're just a...
I'm a corporate bootlicker no matter what.
We know what you are.
Trill. Like, that's kind of become immaterial to the discussion. I've had people call me every name in the book for the last 10 years. It's usually just an admission that they're not interested in a conversation. They just want a name call. So it's like, okay.
I mean, what names are they calling you? They're probably accurate.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to name call, what am I going to say back to that? Like, okay.
You usually take the bait and get one guy.
I'm a pony. Okay. I'm a grifter. Okay. I'm a shill. Okay. Like, I don't have a response to that. That's endless.
Oh, because that's what you are.
It's like endlessly defending yourself against things that they know aren't true, but they say it because it's really the only card in their deck. Yep.
No, at this point, what more can be said?
Oh, it's good, Abe. Thanks for 63 months.
Like, you're literally defending fucking consumers losing options.
It's just the end of the conversation. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing this with you. So, but I do think in a lot of these spaces, Twitter.
Didn't he just label everyone else? Well, I know in his other streams he's been calling everyone else grifters, right? He's been calling people who get upset that PlayStation's ending disc grifters. So,
Twitter, Reddit, chats. I just think a lot of it is people are just terminally rage baiting because it's the easiest way to get attention. It's one of the easiest ways to get attention and engagement. It's literally the bottom of the barrel way to get attention. Yo,
from the guy using his podcast to defend PlayStation.
What's good, technically, T? Make sure to add bootlicker. That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Bootlicker, shill.
This is just a shill therapy session. They're like, don't forget being called a bootlicker.
I interviewed Kiwi Talks yesterday, and it's always interesting. We all have the same experience, regardless of who we are, what our background is. You can be this guy from New Zealand. You can be...
Yeah, it's almost like people are just attacking your takes and what you guys stand for.
I'm over here in Kentucky. You can be technically T. It doesn't matter where...
Wow, I didn't know he was in Kentucky.
Where you're from. It doesn't matter what you cover or talk about. Doesn't matter what your background is or what you look like. They're going to come for you if you say something they don't like. And it's like... That interview with him yesterday was like illuminating to me. It's like, oh, you get the exact same treatment, and you're just out here interviewing developers. He gets the same treatment. He gets the same insults. He gets the same labels.
Aww.
It's like, huh?
You guys should go out and drink some bourbon together.
I think there are tons of people in these spaces that don't care. They're just there for the bait. They just want to stir people up and get them ramped. They're emotional vampires. Like, that's what it is. You sound like you are a male feminist.
An emotional vampire.
It's one of the reasons why on Twitter now, it's like I just post and ghost. I just post and mute. It's like I don't really care what like 80% of the comments have to say.
Yeah, it's almost like people take issue with the content and not the person, literally.
It's somebody hoping to bait. Like, just scroll through a lot of these tweets nowadays, and you can literally see it. It's like, this is just people trying to bait. Because it works. It works. The positive reinforcement's there.
Oh yeah, you always take the bait, Lono.
Man, they get the clicks, they get the likes, they get the rage.
But it's crazy that people standing up for consumer rights and everything, it's crazy that you see that as bait. I think that's where the whole disconnect is, and I think that says a lot about you, Lono.
And they eat it up.
Okay, now peep this, because he's gonna continue defending PlayStation. Surprise, surprise. 1 second.
Does seem like it's on the rise as well. And listen, I know you guys don't want to talk about, or don't want to talk about it. I know nobody wants to look at this, all right? Nobody wants to look at this, but
here we go.
This chart is just a gut punch to the physical debate. This is an absolute gut punch, okay? So this is I'm going to get myself out of the way here.
No.
This is you.
No, Lono, this is just fanboy ammunition for you guys. You say, don't worry, it's not PlayStation's fault. People weren't buying physical, so it's okay that they're taking away options from you. And shut up the hijinks. I can't control how you feel about the dumb shit I say. Like, literally, it's like he will never take accountability and just realize that he's giving dog shit takes. That's why he's getting cooked. Him and his circle, right? You know what they say, birds of a feather flock together, right? Shut up the hijinks, man.
US new physical video game consumer spending. It's up by 3% in the 12-month ending in May. That's really
He took this ish hook, line, and sinker. He sure did.
good, right? Look at the whole chart. Thank you, Alex, coming in and dropping a 5 bomb on the chat, getting us to 47 on the week. RIP 2009. Yeah. Like, look at this. Do you remember?
Fuck the chart, brother.
When I said that if you track this and you look at the trajectory, look at what happened just from, like, let's just go here. Let's just do a 10-year sample. 2016 down to here. Okay?
Okay.
Look, now I want
So they should just be okay with taking away your options, is what you're saying.
to imagine where it's going to be in 2027, 2028, 2029.
Well, let's look at the games, because a lot of the physical games that have been being sold don't have the full game on the disc. That's why it'd be interesting to see what physical games are selling well, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's correlation that the games that have more of the game on the actual fucking disc sold more, right? And shut up the Viper. I'm at a point where I just wish for another PSN hack, so they're down for 28 days again. Wow. Just to see how Lono covers it. Biggest non-smart bootlicker, brother. You know he would defend that shit. And it's like, you know, to be fair, I show you guys like the worst of the worst fanboys, right? I wouldn't want that to happen to the PlayStation audience. I know there's guys on PlayStation, right, that aren't like this, man, but it's crazy the lengths that they're going to defend this shit, right? Shout out the Viper.
2030. Imagine.
And also, shout out to Jet Screamer. What was the criteria used to make that chart? All these games were only offered on digital. I mean, brother, that's what I'm saying. Just a vague-ass chart, but Lono's got his ammunition, and he's going to defend PlayStation.
Where it is at 2030.
Right, shout out to Jet Screamer, man.
36. Likely lower. It's just going to continue to go down. Cheers from Vacay. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, this is a looky-loo, right? Yo, shout out. Yeah, this is a Kansas City shuffle. And it's crazy he doesn't have any suspicion around it.
It's like, and here's the real absolute rub. The margins are getting worse. The margins are getting worse. So like,
oh, but I thought this was PlayStation's most profitable gen.
Back here, they weren't just making 11.5 billion. They were getting 11.5 billion in sales and also getting better margins on that revenue. Down here, this revenue, this 1.6.
That sounds like a them problem, Lono. Like, gamers don't give a fuck about that. They care about having options, brother. You've yet to address that. You're just over here trying to justify them taking away options.
1.5 billion, it's 1/10, and the margins are worse because of what's happened to raw material costs, shipping, and everything else in the globe. Like, I'm telling you, when I started telling people, like, if you actually look at the numbers, it's really, really bad. It's really, really not in your favor. And people kept calling me a shill and saying that I was defending it. It was like, I wasn't defending it. I was saying this fight has been over for a while. And now the numbers...
you were defending that shit.
Coming out. It's like, listen, I'm going to say it. I told you so.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then I'm going to say it.
I'm a corporate bootlicker no matter what.
I told you so, as you justify PlayStation taking away fucking options.
I literally told people. I was like...
Because you care so much about their bottom line instead of consumers.
I don't think you realize the business realities behind this choice. Yo, Lance with 23 months.
Oh, brother, they don't care about PlayStation's business, brother. It's just so sad to see, man. Now peep this shit, because he's going to continue. I mean, this shit is just sad.
You guys are going to gift on Twitch. Now's the time.
Oh, wow.
That's the chart that PlayStation's looking at. And they're like, the market's literally telling us that this isn't worth it.
And now he's put himself into PlayStation shoes, and he's explaining why they're pretty much fucking over their consumers.
That's what the market's saying. And it's like, that's why it's like, I'm bummed for people that are losing their ability to choose physical, but like...
no, you're not, because now you're pretty much saying that they voted for it and that they handed PlayStation the axe.
Everybody keeps couching this as, like, well, you're not fighting for the consumer and you're just accepting whatever they'll do. It's like,
And that's what you're doing.
what do you mean I'm just accepting whatever they'll do? A bunch of us already moved on. We're not accepting whatever they'll do. Our behavior changed. Like, and a 5-bomb from Wired Rope.
Hey,
And let me
Wired
be perfectly
Rope.
clear. I don't.
Right, look at Wired Dent, man. And shout out to Rambling Entertain, right? He's been a member for 8 months. He said, slow down single player, increase live service. Yo, he is cooking with grease. Yo, shout out to Rambling Entertain.
owe you a frickin' thing.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. What did he just say, man? Shout out to Rambling.
And let me be perfectly clear. I don't owe you a frickin' thing.
Oh.
None of you here, nobody in the Discord, nobody on Twitter. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
I'm a consumer just like you.
Yeah.
Be a good consumer.
Yeah, I don't owe you a darn thing, right? I'm one of the pony generals, but I don't care about you. He's already said it before. He's not on your side, right? He's not going to fight for you guys. He fights for PlayStation.
Sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
Like, what do you guys not freaking
Are
get?
you going to change what you care about and what you spend money on in accordance to my view? No, I wouldn't expect that. That would be dumb.
Right?
Like,
And shout out to Aaron D. Buck, been a member for 1 month, right? This dude didn't know dink about pre-gaming PS4. Yeah, I heard he recently just got onto PlayStation as well, right? Which is crazy with as much as he defends PlayStation and everything. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Shout out to Aaron Buck, man.
I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. It's like, what? We're literally just consumers in the market, and our behavior emerged and said, this is what we value. And the business is saying, okay. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So the consumers ask for less options.
Thank you. Wired Rope with the 5-bomb gets us to 53, and he rolls the hype train over. 4
Yeah. Shout out to Wired Rope, man.
minutes left.
Yeah, 4 minutes left.
What did I miss? Oh, the chart, the physical sales chart. It's
Yeah, you missed the chart. You didn't see the chart. You didn't see the new ammunition, right? We got ammo.
terrible hidden Siryu. It's like, this is. Let me see if I can get it smaller, so I don't always have to go full screen and like blind myself.
Yeah, just make sure you always have that chart up 24/7. Just keep that up for the rest of the year, right? So now you can defend PlayStation. What up, Ariana?
This is absolutely a death knell to the narrative. It's like, brothers, it is so much lower than it used to be.
No, only the fanboys are running with this bullshit.
And it's continuing.
Why isn't this chart a dog whistle? Yo, shout out to Disco. That's exactly what this is. This is a dog whistle. This is a Kansas City shuffle. This is a looky-loo if I've ever seen it. And it's just a shame because Lono's not going to hold this daggum company accountable.
Continuing. This idea, this weird like derangement syndrome with like thinking that like I answer to the YouTube world or the gaming world, like my position should be different or something. It's like,
well, the average person, right? The average gamer would look out for the fellow man, would look out for fellow gamers instead of siding with the corpo. That's all, Lono.
I don't answer to any of you. This is my own personal view, and this is what I've been doing for how
I'm a corporate bootlicker no matter what.
Yeah, he's not lying about that. He's been defending PlayStation for a minute.
long. Just like many of you have done. You have spending habits. And a 10-bomb from Hidden Siryu. We all have ways that we act and behave and spend money in the market. Be a good consumer. And it looks like a bunch of us just did the same thing at the same time.
Wow.
We were just like, yeah, dude, digital's just easier.
Yeah.
Be a good consumer.
Yeah, so it makes sense that PlayStation's taking away our rights, right? We just gave them up, dude.
It doesn't mean I'm happy with the lack of digital ownership.
Oh, you're complacent with it. You're fine. And you think anybody speaking out about it is just a contrarian or just doing it for clicks.
I'm not happy about that. I don't think we've been treated right. I've been screaming about refunds for how long and that we're not treated appropriately on these platforms. Thank you, Risick, for using your Prime sub over there on Purple and get
pushes his views as being the only correct opinion. Doesn't care. I know, brother. He's full of it.
the hype train a little bit further along. But it's like everybody turned this into an opportunity to fight amongst themselves and to like label each other and to like.
Oh, but didn't you tell Hat Guy good luck with his channel? And didn't he get brought up in the Madam stream and everything? Like, I don't know, brother. Right? I've been seeing the Pony Civil War and everything. And shout out to Razor Ultron. Sigs, I don't know regularly when I get the God tier membership. Sigs, I don't know regularly when I get the God tier membership. Listen, all I can say is that's not happening.
Not happening.
Unfortunately, I don't have a prophetic gift. All right? If you want the God tier membership, you're going to have to carry your box side over to Marlon stream.
You should know.
All right? Shout out to Razor Ultron.
You know, I had people in my comments saying like these just awful, horrendous things like, you're just a shill, you'll swallow anything. And it's
because you will, brother.
Yeah.
They're literally taking away your fucking options and you're okay with it. You're justifying it.
I know that's the way you view the world because you're a perverted degenerate, but like the rest of us
I'm not even going to go there, but that's funny, Lono.
don't view the world
I'll just leave it at
way.
that.
Like, I'm just buying stuff with my money that makes me happy and adds value to my life. That's all I'm doing. This isn't what people have made it out to be. They've made it out to be some like ideological war where like
We need war.
It's really not even a war. People are just calling out some scummy shit that PlayStation's doing, and you're just defending it.
you're either
And you're getting a lot of backlash.
a corp
Which really isn't even nothing new, brother. You get backlash on just about all your takes, brother. All your takes are just dented, right? And shout out to Fee Marie. Got a crash, Sig Sama. Awesome, Lono. Feltoning tonight. Oh, I appreciate it, right? Shout out to Fee Marie. And also, shout out to Machine XP, right? He says,
Now's the time to chill out the fun.
he says shilling exclusively in good faith. Well, that's good to see, right? That's a nice change, right? You guys have been felting your boy Sigs lately, right? Shout out to Machine XP.
shill and a bootlicker, or you're actually taking up for the gamers. And it's like, let me make something real clear here. I'm not taking up for the gamers. I take up for the consumer.
Oh!
Be a good consumer.
Be a good consumers, yeah. Lono doesn't take up for the dirty, stinking gamers, right? Only the good consumers.
Consumers should be properly protected. People should be able to buy
Yeah, just consume product and ask questions never. Yeah, only the good consumers.
movies and buy albums and not have them taken away. I don't wear some badge or some club where I'm like, for the gamer. It's like, no.
Can I hear that one more time? All right, can I hear that one more time?
And buy albums and not have them taken away. I don't wear some badge or some club where I'm like, for the gamer. It's like,
Got him. We know.
no.
Yeah.
For the consumer, sure.
Yeah.
Be a good consumer.
Yeah, for the consumers, yeah.
I'm a consumer. I buy more than games. I buy movies and things for my children on Amazon, and my wife and I buy Christmas movies. Like, it's a consumer level concern, not a gamer level concern.
Wow, right? I don't wear a badge. Says the loser surrounded by Sony merch. Yeah, I mean, brother, I'm surprised he didn't have the Yote shirt on during this, right? Now peep this, because this is where shit gets real interesting, right? 14 seconds later, peep this shit.
I'm not going to have strong feelings about video game stuff. JCP says, I think PlayStation is goofy for thinking that they will stay relevant after going all digital. Most people with a brain will just move to a PC. No, I think what you're saying is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why people think that that's the move.
Yeah.
If it's on PC, no.
I mean, brother, on PC, you actually have ownership, right? You won't be confined to just a fucking monopoly, essentially.
People just should go to another digital-only environment because
where you actually have ownership and options.
PlayStation's going digital only. How's PlayStation going to stay relevant going all digital? How did Steam do it? Steam is the
through years of fighting, people hated Steam at first.
dominant storefront for gaming.
Okay, but there's other storefronts.
Undeniable. Well, probably only outdone by Apple. Apple's 30% scrape probably is larger because of the insanity of mobile and where it is across the globe.
Yeah, if the future is all digital, then we might as well go to the best digital platform. I agree, right? Where you have options.
How did
you can't even get refunds on that storefront?
How did Steam do it? Steam is awfully relevant. They're digial only. How did PC
they had to compete and win people over. At first, people hated this shit.
gaming become what it is? How did it do it?
Through having competition, other storefronts, they had to be the best, right? And shout out to Viper. PC is the move because of ownership, and let's not mention a Steam refund versus PlayStation refund if they exist. I mean, we've seen him get felted with Elden Ring Night Rain, right? Shout out to Viper. I mean, dog, like the conversation is easy to understand if you're not a fucking fanboy.
Like, if you're going to come back and say, well, consumers fought and criticized and pushed for things, Oh, so you mean the very thing I've been advocating for, right? Like,
Oh, but they did that years ago, Lono, and it took a lot of time to change, right? I don't know if you guys have that much time. Let's just be
Sorry,
honest.
player. You out of Vaseline now.
And you guys aren't going to have options in that closed ecosystem that you guys celebrate, by the way.
fighting for consumer protection.
Right? If Steam fucks up, we can always go somewhere else, or we can just sell the high seas, right? A lot of times where I game, it's not going to be on Steam, brother. Right? I'm selling the high seas, but don't worry, we're going to get into piracy in this stream as well.
And the right to refund and true digital ownership. So literally the thing that I've been advocating for. Instead of, like, did PC...
Yeah, all of a sudden you've been advocating for it when people have been fighting for physical ownership.
Fight tooth and nail to maintain physical? Did they?
I mean, you can still have physical on PC, right? Shout out to GOG.
Or did they fight for better standards within the storefront that's the dominant storefront? Which did they fight for? Which did they ultimately...
I mean, brother, on PC you have options, and if you want to have physical, you can have physical.
Yeah.
Lono is legit convincing me to become a pirate. Well, just wait until you see what's coming up.
Why would anybody stay shackled to console restrictions? With a PC, you can do more than just play games. Why would anybody care about that?
Oh,
I don't care about that, and you won't make me care about that. You're not going to make the average consumer care.
Yeah, I don't care that you can do more on this device. I don't care that you can do more. I don't care about value. I don't care
about that. Do you mean to tell me I could spend 2 to 3 times more money given current PC?
And there you go again, 2 to 3 times more money. Brother, look at how expensive consoles are. They're basically in the same ballpark as PCs, brother. You can get a nice PC for about $1,000 that will run circles around the Pro. Stop it, Lono.
Prices, so I can have a machine that can also send email and browse the internet? Gee, I wonder where I'm going to be able to do... I have a cell phone. You lost.
We need war.
Right. All I can say is...
We're moving the goalpost, Whiskey. That's what we do.
What do you even mean by that? You have a cell phone, you lost, right? Are you saying that cell phone can do things that your own PlayStation can't? Right? Like, what the fuck is this?
You lost. Conversation's already over. Everybody has a computer in their dadgum pocket, and you think that, like...
Okay, so then why can't your PlayStation access internet?
Consumer...
Right, it can access the internet, but I know it doesn't have no browser or whatever, right? I know you got to go in a roundabout way to use the browser. You got to pay to access your own fucking internet.
Wants to game and play Mario or Halo or Call of Duty.
Yeah, can I mod on a phone and everything? Yeah, I mean, dude, he just completely moved the fucking goalpost, right? Like, that's not what they're talking about. He's saying that you can do more on a PC than just game, and that is the truth. Now, that does include... surfing the web and sending emails and everything, but you can do so much more on PC. Hell, the games are made on PC. Like, it's just sad.
Or God of War. Do you think they give a hoot and a holler about the fact that, well, the PC, you see, you can browse the internet and watch movies and send emails? Really? I have that in my dadgum pocket everywhere I go. What the heck do I need that on a PC for? And why would I...
Yeah. I don't need my PlayStation to be able to do more. I like the fact that my PlayStation... I love the fact that my PlayStation is gimped and restricted. I'm so glad that it has limitations, right? Because that's what it really comes down to. That's what the guy's bringing up, is that consoles have their limitations, and for that money, you might as well go to the best platform, right? The best devices, get on PC where you'd be able to do more, get more value, more bang for your buck. But Lono hates that fact, because that is 1,000% a fact.
That's such a great benefit. I'm going to spend 2 to 3 times the amount of money.
And there you go again.
Stop the fear mongering.
Saying 2 to 3 times the more money, brother. Wake up, right? The year is fucking 2026, brother, right? Those consoles are fucking expensive. That next PlayStation 6 is going to be extremely expensive. Stop acting like they're cheap, affordable entry points into gaming. They're no longer that.
You guys that think this is going to turn into like a PC exodus from the PlayStation audience, you don't seem to understand what's coming and what's already happening right now.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. No one's going to leave a PlayStation. There's not going to be an exodus.
We need war.
All right, like, what are we doing here?
If consumers are going to balk at a $900 or $1,000 PlayStation 6, you think they're going to run into the arms of PC land?
They might as well. If they're spending that much money, they'll get more bang for their buck, and they'll be able to upgrade it over time, and they'll be able to do more.
Is that where you think they're going to go?
And they'll be able to have actual fucking ownership. And if they like physical, they can go on GOG, burn the shit to a disc.
Like, that's too expensive. What I'm going to do is start all the way over and spend 2 to 3 times more on a PC. Huh? Who are these consumers that you're talking about? They be a good consumer.
Yeah, who are these consumers?
They go path of least resistance. They try to go where the best deals are. They try to
on PC
extract the most value out of the market for the
And that's where PC
This
is.
amount of money, and you think they're going to run into the arms of PC?
Yes, because that's where you can get all of that.
Okay. I mean, make your predictions. I don't think so.
Yeah, we know.
If it's on PC, no.
We know you're a fanboy. You seethe over PC.
$5 from Zen.
Yeah, more options be damned. Yeah, literally describing PC.
Why would I spend thousands more on a PC to play the same games? It's just stupid. I get the value that PC offers. I don't.
Oh, but you were just poo-pooing it, saying that you can do it on your phone, right? Moving the goalposts. You obviously, you get it, and that's why this is like a willful dishonesty, right? You understand that, you know that PC runs circles around PlayStation as far as like use case, right? Because when we're having these conversations in good faith, one of the devices has limits, right? And let's just be honest, the PlayStation is against PC.
I don't think the average consumer is going to be compelled by it because it's going to be so expensive. And all the extra things you
Yeah, because playing on PlayStation is cheap.
gain are in their pocket already. But you can send emails and browse the internet. Ooh.
You can do more than that. You can mod as well.
What else can it do? Is there a calculator there in your magic box? Like, what the frick? What, you guys think your PCs...
Wow.
If it's on PC, no.
Oh, he's
Is there a
seething.
calculator there in your magic box? Like, what the frick? What, you guys think your PCs are so impressive? It's like,
Oh.
it does things...
Okay, well, if it's not impressive, then why can't your PlayStation do it, right? And shut up the hijinks. And again, no one says you have to buy the same games again. That's what I'm saying, brother. It's crazy. It's just a false equivalency. What it really is
We're moving the goalpost, Whiskey. That's what we do.
it's just moving the fucking goalposts. I call this performative idiocracy, right? I mean, it's crazy, dog.
that everybody has it.
Right? And shut up the Ice Viper. We are customers, not consumers, right? Well, to Lono, all I can say
Be
is
a good consumer.
all right, be a good consumer. You should know this, all right? Shut up the Ice Viper.
In their pocket. It's like I can pull out my phone right now, send an email, browse the web. I was watching the dadgum World Cup on my phone. It's like, what are we even
Okay, so why can't you do it from your
talking
PlayStation?
about? Your PCs aren't that impressive. They're not. I got two right next to me
Okay, so then what does that say about your PlayStation if you can't do half, not even a fraction of the shit you can do on
that
PC?
are probably better than most of the people that give me grief. And I don't think they're that impressive. It's like, okay, yeah, they can play video games and...
Oh, yeah, but you get up here and gawk that PS5 Pro, and you think that shit's very impressive, but yet you don't think PCs are impressive. Interesting.
watch Netflix and send emails. Like, oh my gosh, what other magical wizardry can I pull off with this mystical box next to me?
Wow.
Thank-
Oh, wow. Right? Lono is just insane, right? Fucking insane, right? Now, he does get into coping about piracy, and this is where shit gets very interesting because he has been seething about piracy these past few days. Peep this shit right here. Right? Peep this shit right here.
I just sold my PC. I don't hate PC. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore. I think some of the PC crowd can't fathom why someone loves console more. And if pirating is your
Oh, and that's fine. You guys can love console, but we have to acknowledge limitations. And I just feel like you guys get extremely bad faith in these conversations. I don't know why you keep on putting your little GIMP boxes up against PC. You guys know that them shits ain't hitting on Nathan.
point, get out. And a $5 super chat from Kimball says, case by case, I guess we got to wait and see unless they start emulating PlayStation games in a couple of years. I had a comment from somebody on, because in my one video,
Oh, thank you for showing up. I'm Veliz.
in my one live stream,
Or Velzi, I hope I'm pronouncing that
I was
correctly.
saying, if you pirate something, you don't own it. And they said, yes, I do. It's mine. It's on my hard drive.
Yep.
Okay, let's just do a little thought experiment. Download and
God.
pirate and steal a bunch of stuff. And then when that gets discovered by the authorities, just tell...
And how is that going to happen, Lono? Are they going to bust in my door, right? Are they going to get a warrant to come into my house? Are they going to bust in my door? Because I do have a little 4 terabyte hard drive with a shit ton of pirated games. Are they going to kick in my door, open up, and take me and take me in, right? Pause. All right, like what the fuck are we talking about?
them rather loudly that, no, I own it. It's on my hard drive. And see how well that works. Right?
What type of thought experiment is this?
Right.
Now, granted, I have seen people who like run websites who like distribute the shit and everything. Who I have seen them get in trouble. Like I think one guy was selling like Switches with Nintendo Switches with fucking games preloaded on it and everything. Like, brother, what are we even talking about? you pirate a game and the authorities find out, like, how is that even gonna fucking happen, right? And shout out to Hijinks. Lono probably supports flock cameras. I mean, brother, Lono, all I can say with Lono is
Be a good consumer.
right, that's all I can say, man. Shout out to Hijinks. A better question is he snitching on us? 1,000%. Lono would love it if the FBI open up, right? And they kicked in that fucking door and took all these dirty, stinking pirates to prison.
I mean, you can steal a bunch of stuff from a retail store and put it in your garage, and if it's
False equivalency.
your garage, it's yours, right? That's logically sound, except it's the most philosophically bankrupt thing I think I've ever heard. The act of the theft actually completely repudiates
Well, listen, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing, Lono. We went over this in the last
any
stream.
sense of ownership. You don't own it, you stole it. If you steal,
It's crazy that when you quote-unquote steal it, that's the only time you own it.
how can you have claim of ownership? Like,
Because it's on their hard drive and ain't nobody going to take it?
these are
Right, and the corporations won't be able to steal it back from you, because when you buy a license, they can steal it back, but you'll never call it theft, right? You'll call fucking gamers thefts, but you don't stand for the gamers. He said that earlier. You'll call gamers thieves, but you'll never call a corporation
the
greedy.
people. This is the thought. These are the people disagreeing with us and coming to comments and getting very angry. It's like,
Yeah, cooking you and schooling
you're
you.
that stupid? Like, how can you be that dumb? That
Because not everyone's as smart as you, Lono.
you stole it. It being in your garage or on your hard drive,
Yep.
that's not ownership.
I mean, shit, it seems like ownership to me. I got a fucking SSD, a portable one with 4 terabytes, brother. It seems like ownership to me. That shit ain't going nowhere.
That's just where it currently resides. It's like, but if it's stolen, like tell that to the authorities if you get caught.
Well, how the fuck would I see, and this is what's wrong with your bullshit analogy, but here we are yet again. It's a Lono stream. Another bullshit analogy. How am I going to end up in front of the authorities, right? Are you snitching, Lono? Like, what are we doing?
Stealing a bunch of stuff. Tell that to the guys that were, stealing music and then distributing it like crazy and
Yeah, if you distribute it, you're going to get in fucking trouble. I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that.
getting caught. Were they like, but it's mine? I mean, it's on my hard drive. Like, did that stand up in court? Would that stand up in any, I don't know, go into a 6th grade debate class and see if that passes the mustard at a 6th grade.
Well, you've yet to explain how someone just pirating a game would end up in front of the authorities in a courthouse. You've yet to explain that. I can understand someone distributing it, right? I can understand there being trouble. I have seen people get in trouble for that, but just downloading and pirating and playing it, keeping it on your hard drive, I've yet to really see people get in trouble for that shit.
Intelligence level. It wouldn't. Even
Yeah,
a
piracy
6th grader
isn't
would be
even.
like,
Yo, shout out to Dre with the shot. Piracy isn't even stealing. It's copyright, dumbass. Exactly.
no. Logically, that doesn't follow. That's illogical. You stole it. You don't own it. You can't own something that you stole.
Right? And shout out to Hijinks. He says, possession is 9/10 of the law. Listen, talk that shit, Hijinks. Hey, you ain't lying, brother, right? Like I said, I mean, he can call it whatever the hell he wants, brother, but once it's on that fucking hard drive and tucked away, brother, it is 6, right? It is 6. Shout out to Hijinks, man. And also shout out to Sponge Leader. He says, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing, right? You already know this, brother, right? All I can say is,
You should know this.
but in Lono's world, all he knows
Be a
is,
good consumer.
and he wonders why he gets called a shill.
So if I put a stolen car in my garage, it becomes mine? Yes. That's the dizzying brilliance of these
False equivalency, right? You keep on bringing up all these like tangible things.
people. It's like, what? Possession equals ownership. Exactly. Like, that's the depth of that. That's the intelligence of like a 4-year-old. It's mine.
Yeah, Lono is just he's too intelligent for these spaces, guys.
That's literally what they're saying. They're like a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum. It's mine. What? Why? Because it's in my.
Yeah, no, that's actually stealing. I know this is like such a bad argument, brother. All I
We're
can say
moving
is
the goalpost, Whiskey. That's what we do.
just moving the goalposts.
Room in my shoebox. Okay, it's open and shut case, Your Honor. I mean.
I love how he's like literally putting all the pirates in the courtroom. Like what are we doing with this analogy?
It doesn't matter that it was stolen or pirated. It's on their hard drive.
Yeah.
Whoo-wee. You know? Heavy is the crown of being that dumb. It's got to be hard to get through life being that stupid. Really does.
Yeah. Oh, but Lona, aren't you the one who cries about how, oh, no one in this space understands me, right? It seems like you're just too smart for your own good.
Be a good consumer.
All right, this is a little bootlicker right here.
It's got to be really tough. You know what I'm saying? Tying their shoes is something they have to schedule so they can get out the door on time.
Yeah. Well, people just aren't as smart as you, Lona, right? They're just not as smart as you. Now, peep this right here, because this is where he really takes the fucking mask off. Because as you guys can see, he is feeling himself. He really thinks he just spit some fire with this dog shit take, per usual. And that's when he says this right here.
If somebody genuinely thinks that stealing a video game, it becomes yours because it's on your hard drive.
All right, and shout out to Scrub Dog. His reaction when Amazon removes his kids' movies. I mean, brother, you see, he ain't had shit to say. PlayStation just removed all those movies. He ain't had Nathan to say, but
Be a good consumer.
But be a good consumer, right? Shout out to Scrub Dog, cooking with grease.
If they genuinely believe that, then I know all I need to know about them and their morals, their ethics, and their integrity. It's like,
And here we go again with morals, ethics, and integrity, and that is rich coming from you, Mr. Mimby Goal. Right? And don't even get me started on the incentives for that member goal. Like, Lono, just stop, brother. We're talking about fucking games.
if you're not trolling, if you're not rage baiting, and you genuinely believe in your heart of hearts that stealing a video game makes it yours, I feel like that just makes you perfectly see-through. It's like, well, why would anybody take you seriously? You have the ethics and the morals of a literal modern-day pirate. Like, yo
ho ho ho, yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho, right? Well, call me Sig Sparrow in this bitch.
Don't care about the damage that you do. You're just a parasite. Like, you're stealing the work of others. Like, why would anybody have any respect for you? Why would any working man?
But that's not you.
Nope. Not happening.
Oh, no. Did he just say a working man? Lono, get out of there. You don't know Nathan about that.
For you. Why would any working man earning a living have any respect for somebody like that?
No way he fixed his lips to say this, but that's not you.
You're just a bum stealing from others. You're just a parasite. You're just a loser. Like, what? If you're not baiting, if you're baiting, then you're just being a troll. Like, okay, good bait.
No, wow. I know he ain't talking. I know this bum is not sitting here sneak dissing crazy Mr. Mimbigo, right? Mr. Everybody link together and drop a 5 bomb. Yeah, literally, that's you, right? And shout out to Francisco Ropes. You owed me my broken jaw a couple months back. Well, I guess you were able to slip and move, and you didn't let him take him around the corner, right? Shout out to Francisco Ropes. Crazy that he's calling people bums. So in this past week and a half over this shit, he's called gamers parasites and he's called them fucking bums. But like I said, all I will say is he's yet to call a corporation greedy. He's yet to hold them accountable.
Hammer them.
But he said earlier that he doesn't stand with the gamers. I mean, it's just rich coming from you that you want to call people bums.
Like weak bait. If you genuinely think that, you're just a bum and a parasite stealing from others. You're not a respectable man. Like
projection coming from you.
That's not something like a dude working and putting in the time and putting
not you
money in the bank to provide for his family or to work for others would
not you.
Never respect another man doing that because you're not a man.
Oh, okay. So then be quiet in this conversation because that's not you. You sit up here begging, brother. You'll even beg, all right, for a little madam stream, right? You use your wife as an incentive, brother. You don't get to talk about working men, right? You have to check out for that conversation.
At that point, you're a little
right. You're barely even able to talk about the gaming conversations, brother, because you're not that guy, right? And shout out to Ice Viper. With PlayStation being down all day and people not being able to play their games, how can you defend that? That not you. I'm just saying anybody. I mean, brother, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Ice Viper. And also, shout out to High Jinx, right? Can't wait till he starts saying this about people that buy games on a Steam discount. Oh, brother, you already know it's right around the corner. All I can say with Lono is...
Be a good consumer.
Be a good consumer, right? Shout out to Razer Ultron. Sony respect everyone that they stole movies from. Yeah, had no problem with the corporations stealing from them, right? That's what I'm saying. Lord forbid you go and own your shit, right? Because you don't want them to have the ability to take that shit from you, right? Because they'll do it. They did it with the movies. But he's going to go after gamers, right? But he said himself in this own stream that he doesn't side with the gamers.
Oh boy, you're stealing from people and you think it's funny. That's not the behavior of a man. It's not upstanding at all.
Okay, and what's the behavior of a man from this guy, right? I mean, how can you sit here and talk about the behavior of a man coming from this guy, right? And shout out to Strub Dog. Man, we saw the video with his wife. Whoa, buddy, right? I try not to get into that, right? We got enough dog shit takes here. I try not to get into that. You know, he gets pissy about it and everything, but holy, right? Shout out to Strub Dog.
Thank you, Jack, with the Prime. 53 months. And Cat Uncle with 34 months on YouTube. Thank you so much, boys. Late night Lono or Lono at night? Which sounds better? Late night Lono, I think. Lono called y'all bums? Yeah. Anybody stealing from these companies and thinking that you own the game? Yeah, you're a bum. You're a bum. You don't have enough money to buy the games that you want to play.
I mean, but that's rich coming from you, Lono, from the guy who sits around e-begging. All stream, wants to sit here and stick his chest out and call people bums.
You don't have enough money to, like, support them and you're going to resort to stealing the games? Yeah, you're a bum. Why would I have any respect for you? You're no...
And it's crazy that he's saying this, right? I had to go and find it, right? 1 second, right? Because this was just from last week, right? Let me look at this. He wants to sit here and call people bums, right? I got a little bit of time. Beep this shit right here. But this was literally him 7 days ago, by the way. And he's going to end up begging in this stream as well. But I just, you know, it just doesn't sit right with me that this guy is sitting here trying to call people bums, by the way.
They were like, we don't want to do, we're going to, the entire time, we're going to be looking.
Right? And shout out to Francisco Ropes, calling people bums and parasites while he begs for 500 members just for people to see his wife play games. I mean, it's crazy. Self-awareness, right? I'm telling you, self-awareness is nowhere to be found, brother. Self-awareness is left. Self-awareness is just gone.
Looking out the window with dreamy eyes, thinking about, like, that's really what we wanted to do. And Risick with a gifted member gets us to 202. Boys, it's within reach. I believe you guys could do it. If not, we're going to go on a 2-week streak of no Saturday stream. So, 300 members. If
do the math.
Divide that up amongst yourselves. 5 bombs alone. All right.
Yeah. Look at you doing the Begonomics, but you want to stick your chest out and call people bums.
60 of you. 60 of you need to drop a 5 bomb. There's 500 people watching. There's 400 on YouTube.
Yeah. 500 people as you sit here and you beg them all to link together and drop you 5 bombs.
There's about 100 people on Twitch. So everybody pick a number. Everybody count off 1 to 60. And when we get to 60, if we have enough, then everybody pull the trigger. All right? Start counting off. All right, everybody? Like in gym class. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Start counting off, boys. We just need 60 of you.
Right? Yeah, but he's not a bum. And the crazy thing is he'll hit the Madam stream, then he'll get in the Madam stream and start begging. Right? The whole time Madam's just looking at him like... All right, does he have to beg in front of me like this?
Says unless they were.
I mean, crazy, right? I had to go and get that out the vault, right? And shout out to Francisco Ropes. Lono is a modern day pimp, right? Lono is a modern day pimp in the video game industry. Well, I do have the slick back emotes, right? I do have the slick back emotes. Listen, one thing I say about Lono will get those donos.
Money.
That's one thing I'll tell you about him, man.
Different. You're no different than some bum shaking down a store and stealing.
Oh, well, you're no different than a bum shaking a cup, right? And we've sat in here and we've documented it, brother. And I know you see it because every once in a while you'll sit here and say, it's not begging, it's not begging. Buddy, shut your mouth. I can't believe you actually had the nerve to say some shit like this.
You're the same. You're stealing the work of other people. They're going to clip it and misrepresent it? I don't care. What do I care about people like that?
Oh, you care a lot, buddy. You care a lot. You sit around and you seethe about it all the time.
Why would you care about somebody like that, about a bum or a thief judging you? Why would
I'd rather be a fucking thief than a corporate bootlicker, right? Than a fucking sucker, than a mark.
Oh, no. People with no ethics and morals, and the integrity of a thief? Why would I care if you...
Oh, buddy, you get in front of a webcam and you beg your ass off. But you want to talk about morals and integrity. Stop it, brother. Like, you literally sit in front of fucking strangers and beg in order for your bills. And then you'll use sympathy and everything when you don't hit the goal. Stop it, brother, right? Stop it. And shout out to Strub Dog. I'm confused. I'm convinced that half his viewers are trolls. Yeah, definitely. 1,000%. He's in the same boat as DSP, right? Most of the people are just LARPers, right? And shout out to Mellow Rebel, man. Dope's in the chat for Mellow Rebel. I appreciate it, my brother, man. Shout out to Mellow Rebel, for real, for real.
Judge me. Go ahead. Go ahead. You stand.
Lono, we just have provided the context and everything. We've just shown that you have no room to stand when you talk about morals, integrity, any of that stuff. You were the last person to speak about this.
Judgment over nothing if you're that low. You don't stand in judgment over anybody. You're a thief.
You're right. You're right. I don't try to judge anybody, but I will say that it's very hypocritical that you want to talk about integrity and whatnot when you beg for a living. That's all.
What are we even talking about?
Right? I mean, and I've said it before, like, brother, you're basically like the Adam 22 of this space, right? With your little incentives and your Memby goal. That's the truth, brother. Like, nobody respects you.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, I steal from stores and hurt the hard work of others. And
oh yeah, you know Nathan about that.
I'm real passionate.
What's worse, pirating or begging for a code from hardworking devs? Hey, you ain't lying about that. And then he gets the code and won't even review the game and then gets mad when the devs call his ass out. I mean, don't even get me started with this guy.
Not what other people do. Huh? Like,
yeah, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take that Coke sip.
Just say you're a walking, talking hypocrite, but go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, from the walking, talking hypocrite. From the guy sticking his chest out, calling people bums, right? When he begs for a living. I mean, holy shit. You can't make this shit up, brother. I mean, this is just wild. Okay, now peep this shit right here. Crazy, man. Just crazy work from that boy Lono, man. Yeah, Cope laugh. I mean, nothing new.
It'd also be interesting to see if a lot of these people, like, are they still out here boasting about stealing Nintendo games? Are they still doing that?
Oh, you got to be careful. But yeah, that Nintendo, at least with the Switch 1, that emulator pack is up and smoking. And don't you worry, when that Switch 2 emulator's out there, buddy, we will be smoking that Nintendo pack. You just can't stream the games, right? And shout out to Bashi the Washi. Where's his moralities and ethics when he was harassing those women back then and ended up apologizing with his wife? Listen. I've told you guys, brother, I try not to go down that alleyway, right? You know, shout out to Bashi the Washi. Try not to go down that alleyway. I feel like we've got enough content within his new life. You know, he's Reforge gaming now and everything, right? I try to leave that in the past and whatnot. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't have any words for it, but you know that you are providing a little bit of context, right?
Nintendo has went after people about
right. And shout out to Jet Screamer. W's in the chat for Jet Screamer.
I mean, I don't know. If it's so benign and it's so victimless and harmless, then why wouldn't you just be out there bragging about it all the time? Why wouldn't you be like, yeah, you know, let everybody know how much you steal. Let everybody know how much you take from Nintendo.
Yeah. You won't do it with Nintendo because Nintendo will lock you up.
You know?
And this is what I mean. He would love to see some fucking gamer who may not have the money to afford the games, right? Because I know people will say, oh, you know, pirate when there's bullshit. I say it all the time. I don't give a fuck. You don't have the money. If you don't want to spend the money, pirate the fucking game. I feel like if you want to play the game, you should be able to play the game. And I don't give a fuck. And niggas can fight me about it. I don't give a fuck. If you want to play the game, play the game. If you want to sell the high seas, even if you have the money, you want to play it, play it. Lono is not for the gamers. He gets mad about that shit. And he would love to see them be taken in fucking handcuffs and everything. He would love to see them suffer and sit in prison. And all I'm saying is that says a lot about him, right? It says so much, and he just doesn't even know it.
See how long it is before your little Twitter account or your Reddit account, all of a sudden you get a lawsuit on your hands. Like, Nintendo's litigious.
Yeah.
If it's so
Nintendo is litigious, and you get walked up if you do it with Nintendo.
Harmless. I mean, what's the harm in letting people know you're doing it? Why hide?
But Sigs, piracy bad. I think fuck this industry. All right? Fuck this industry. All right? I mean, just crazy, dog. Insane. Now peep this, right? Because he does say the thing right here. Peep this shit right here. And shout out to Razor Ultron, right? Sigs, how you have any hair left after watching this crap, brother? All I can say is, I'm on that good cushion alcohol. That's all I can say. That is the only thing that gets me through it is the good cushion of alcohol, right? And I have an amazing audience, right? Shout out to Razor Ultron and shout out to Cake Man. How you doing, brother? Right, he's back in the pack. Hope you've been doing good, brother, right? Shout out to Cake Man. That's my dog right there. And shout out to Hijinks. He says, I have 97 gigabytes of ROM, Lono. What now? Oh, well, you better be careful, right? Because if the authorities find out, right, they'll be kicking in your door. You're not going to be able to explain that in the court of law, right? Because that happens all the time. Shout out to Hijinks. It's a wig. No, it is not a wig, brother. It is not a wig. Don't you start being bad faith. Crazy, right? Crazy. Now peep this shit right here.
When we buy games now, it's literally in the EULA that we do not own the game. So is piracy really stealing if buying isn't owning? Yeah, I think that platitude's vapid and empty. I don't think you're saying anything. You're not. It's their property, and they have...
brother, if buying isn't owning, then how is piracy stealing, brother?
To sell it in the way that they see fit. That doesn't mean you have a right to steal it. Something about losing interest after 12 hours. I mean, I haven't, so I don't know what you mean. Like, what are you talking about? The thing is just because the EULA states that it's a revocable license, that doesn't logically follow that then you have a right to steal it. Like, again, the issue isn't. Here's the problem.
Yeah, the platitudes are vapid, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's just say you're right.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he is right.
The problem with what you're saying is
that you're a corporate bootlicker, and that just doesn't sit right with you, right? And shout out to Hijinks. My fave is that's not even what platitude means. I mean, brother, it's crazy, right? Because I think platitude is when you just say something that's like kind of just blank and it's overused, like it's like a generality or some shit like that. That's my understanding of it. But he says it all the time. That's why it's just
platitude after platitude.
It is funny though. That's like that is literally his word. I wouldn't be surprised if he has platitude tatted on him, right? I wouldn't be surprised if platitude is like the middle name is one of his kids, man. It's just crazy, right? Shout out to Hijinks.
You're going further than the company.
What? No. The company can actually the company. You want to call people thieves? It's the company, brother. The corporate, just like with PlayStation, what they did with those fucking movies, brother. If they want, they will go and steal that shit from you, brother.
The company is selling you a game, and they're saying it's a revocable license. Okay?
Yeah, so you don't own it.
You're going further than that.
Wow.
You're going further than that.
Wow.
You're saying this is not a digital good with inherent value. This thing is free to be stolen, just wantonly. You're going further than the company. You're worse.
Oh wow, yeah, you're going further than the corporation. You're not ashamed.
Stolen, just wantonly. You're going further than the company. You're worse than them. You're like, well, because they've determined that they're going to sell me a revocable license, I've determined that the game has no inherent value and I should be able to steal it. What? Huh?
Brother, if fucking buying the game isn't owning it, they have a revocable license, then piracy isn't stealing, right? And shout out to Cake Man. You buy a car from a dealership and they can repossess it at any time for any reason. Hey, brother, you ain't lying about that shit, right? Shout out to Cake Man. You ain't lying.
No, you're worse than them.
Wow.
I'm a corporate bootlicker no matter what.
Yeah, you're worse than them. I told you, brother, this guy is pro fucking corpo. I've never seen anything like this. So I keep on saying that, but I've just had a loss for words, right? And shout out to Hijinks. Infinite supply means there's no value. I mean, brother, it's crazy how, like, whenever he does, like, these analogies, he always wants to use, like, physical stuff instead of, like, digital, right? Because they're not losing, like, quantity of the product or whatever. It's just bad faith. It's really just a platitude, right? And shout out to Cake Man, right? Shout out to Hijinks and shout out to Cake Man. Is he insinuating that people are stealing things, believing they're not valuable? Yes, that's somewhat what he's. Yes, yo, my bad, wrong one. Shout out to fucking Cake Man. Cooking. I guess what he's trying to say is you devalue it when you steal it or something. I don't fucking know.
You're worse than that. The other thing is you're working against the very idea and the very argument of digital ownership. You just said that you're arguing the thing has no inherent value, so I'm okay to steal it. The other thing is...
no, they're arguing that they can't own it, so they want to actually be able to own it and not have to worry about people taking it. They may like the game, and they may want to be able to play it whenever the fuck they want.
What's interesting is doesn't this undercut the very problem with the whole physical dilemma?
No. Not at all.
Doesn't it?
No.
So the essence of the game is on the disc, and now its value is different than it being on a hard drive that you download from? Its location determines its value? I don't...
No, people just want to be able to own shit, Lono. Like, what does he not understand?
I don't think anybody thinks about having, like, a philosophically harmonious position. They just say whatever justifies their actions. They're not attempting to have a concrete, functioning system of morality. They have one that's convenient to their preferences, which is why I don't respect it.
Okay. Well, we don't respect you, Lono.
You have like this sort of like a priori commitment to like, this is morality, this is right and wrong, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to live in accordance with this. It's like, no, you just cherry pick moral waxings and terms that you think justify what you're already doing. Does that make sense?
Oh, like how you cherry pick and hide behind the indie devs with this whole physical thing going on, saying, oh, are you going to get mad at the indie devs when they don't have the money to make a game physical? Like, shut up.
Like, you're only saying this because you want to steal.
Oh, my God.
You're not saying this because this is an actual harmonious philosophical position that would be respected in environments of, like, logic and reason and debate. It's just, well, this is a convenient way to justify stealing video games, so...
No, and I say it all the time, right? I've let you guys know, you guys don't ever have to justify piracy. Shit, I just said earlier, if you guys just don't have the money, or even if you have the money, you want to pirate it. Like, what the hell is he talking about? If you want an actual example of a vapid statement, just listen to him, literally.
If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing.
Oh, and that gets you so mad whenever you hear it.
Yeah, and you, like, straighten your monocle. It's like, come on.
Isn't that what you're doing right now? Like projection. And shout out to Cake Man. The downloaded file doesn't matter if they can revoke the license necessary to launch it. Logician deep in his bag. I mean, brother. He's just talking that shit, right? He's just yapping vapid statements, right? Shout out to Cake Man.
Theft is either wrong or it isn't.
Oh, well, we've already told you, Lono. It's not theft. If buying isn't owning, dude. Right, and you're just upset about it, so who knows? We're just gonna have to agree to disagree, Lono. Now peep this right here, because he's gonna continue talking that shit. Believe it or not, right? He literally spent this whole entire stream just seething about piracy.
So pretty impressive. But I feel like because it's now happened, and like the whole, it's like this thing has slowly been coming down, and boom, the ship has landed. We are digital. There needs...
brother, that's what you want it to be. Even though your PlayStation brethren are out here fighting for physical, right? All you've done is try to move the goalposts, try to tell them that their efforts are for naught, like their efforts are for Nathan and everything. Like, it's just wicked, the stance that you've taken in all this. And shout out to Machine XP. Does Lono think pirating or Game Pass hurt the most? Oh, well, you know both, right? You know both, brother. You know.
Be a good consumer.
He's somewhat like Marlon. Like, they just really hate when guys don't pay for games, brother.
Be a good consumer.
It's very odd.
To be protections for the consumer, but you got to be careful. There also needs to be protections for the companies.
Oh my God.
I'm a corporate bootlicker no matter what.
Protection for the it's got to be protection for the corpo.
But you got to be careful. There also needs to be protections for the companies.
Yeah, who's gonna protect them? Who's gonna protect the billion-dollar corporation? Who's gonna protect them?
Don't want to
oh, that's why we got you, Lono.
have the companies utterly destroyed, and then we have no games, and we have like. You don't want to turn this into a situation where the companies can no longer do the calculus of like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive.
Fuck them, Lono.
To make a game, and now we're in a situation where games are stolen, games are pirated, whatever. So like
well, then they should make games worth buying, and they should incentivize us into buying it.
It's got to be a both and I think
yeah, the companies are the only ones being protected, literally.
A lot of the times these conversations are propagated by people who, because they don't care and because they're not real gamers, they do not give a single ounce. If this all gets detonated, they wouldn't care. If
yeah, fuck the industry, brother. They've been on some bullshit. It's predatory at this point, brother. We buy games and we don't even own them. The games are buggy, bloated, bullshit, be having fucking propaganda and whatnot in them. Don't even make me go down that road. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, brother. They need to get their fucking act straight.
Studio closes down, doesn't bother them. People lose their jobs, doesn't bother them. It doesn't.
Oh, but you didn't care with the PlayStation VR studio, right? You have no problem. You swept that shit underneath the rug. I don't want to hear it from you.
Matter to them. They would steal games for the rest of time. They would watch the entire industry burn.
Yep.
And they'd be like Nero playing the fiddle.
Yep. Yeah, I'd pull up a lawn chair.
They don't care. They're not gamers.
I mean, but doesn't the gaming industry make more than fucking Hollywood, brother? Like, they are making good money. You know what I mean? But they're shitting on us to do so, right? They're gypping us to do so.
That's why I tried to.
They're taking advantage of the medium that we love and trying to hold it over us, all right? And it's just funny that you're on their side, Lono.
Tell you guys, there's so many frauds in this environment. It's like they create this us versus them mentality because it gets the clicks. But the reality is, if you take that to its logical end, there are no games, there are no studios.
Why is he saying claim to be gamers? I thought he said he was a consumer. Yeah, he literally said that earlier. That's why, he's just all over the place.
There's nothing. You're going to destroy the entire edifice, and then what will you have?
Shit, better shit, right? Better deals, right? Who knows? Maybe they'll fix some shit. Maybe they'll actually give us some fucking ownership, right? If the game stops selling and everything, right? And shout out to Cloak Onyx. Lono is the type of person to defend Araska, Shinra, and Enron. Araska's choices are justified. I understand when Shinra had to drop the plate over Sector 7, right? Enron is not cooking its books, brother. All right, shout out to fucking Cloak Onyx, man. Cooking. And also shout out to Sponge Leader, right? He says, praying for an industry to crash and the AI bubble to pop. Brother, you ain't lying about that, brother, right? I mean, they'll figure it out. They don't give a fuck about my bottom line. They don't give a fuck if I have, $70, $80 to buy their buggy, bloated fucking game. They certainly don't care on PlayStation once you downloaded it, right? Elden Ring Night Rain didn't enter the chat and everything the way they felted his ass over that shit. It's just crazy, man. I'll never understand how someone can get so behind a corporation. I know I've been saying that all night, but it's just on a whole nother level with this one right here. It's insane. Right? Now, he goes on to say this, right? He goes on to say this as well. This is what's so crazy about it. And I think it's perfect, all right, because they were about to segue into this shit. But peep what he goes on to say.
So, I stand by it. They're bums. They're parasites. They're thieves. They're bad for gaming.
No, that's you, brother. The way you side with the corpo, you were terrible for gaming.
They puff their chest out and want to act like they're Robin Hood or they're doing something virtuous, and they're just bums. That's all they are. They just have found fancy ways to justify their thievery, but
brother, nobody needs to justify thievery of a fucking game, right? If you want to call it theft, no one's trying to justify it, Lono. Like, this is just sad to see.
They're grading against the very thing that we're trying to preserve, which is ownership, preservation, and we want these game companies to be successful so they can keep making games.
Brother, they're successful. They're making money. Now, granted, I do know the industry's taking a hit and everything with the bloat and whatnot, but brother, the last thing you should be worrying about is the gaming industry.
Don't you want the little studios making games like Slay the Spire? Don't you want them to continue doing that?
They'll find a way. Not my concern. They'll find a way.
Me not with $5.
Right, I don't want them to continue if I have to get fucking raked over the coals for it. Nope.
Crunchyroll just took off Black Lagoon because they didn't want to renew the license. If Blu-ray's unavailable, am I wrong if I pirate it?
No.
I don't know. If something becomes completely unavailable and it can't be purchased, it can't be consumed anywhere, I just don't know.
Oh, then shut your mouth. Then shut your mouth. Right? Literally, Crunchyroll, I think he said Black Lagoon getting taken off. Yeah, what you don't understand, brother, and you'll see when it happens, brother, when games start fucking disappearing and the only way you'll be able to have access to them is to sail the high seas, brother, you'll see what time it is.
That's outside of my purview.
Just like everything is, just about everything is outside of your purview, and you just don't even realize it, right? So I just find it so funny because he's done all this shit talk about people being bums, and you guys already know this. For anybody, right? This is the way we're gonna end it out, right? Anybody who's ever showed up to the Lono streams, you guys know how he likes to end his streams, and I say it all the time. I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
100 likes. And make sure you're checking your primes and your members and your renewals. The memberships have slowed down quite a bit. Again, that's usual for us. We go on like a 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the membership's done slowed down. Buddy up here saying bull jive. Right? Like, come on, dog. You up here talking nonsense. You up here saying that you don't stand for gamers and whatnot. Yeah, I can see why the membies is low.
Thing, and then it kind of dips. So we are kind of in that rebuild. So if you watch on a regular basis and you enjoy this daily content and you would like to see this content continue.
Just look at this bomb. Right? Look at this bomb, buddy. Do you guys see this bomb? Right? Wait a minute. Your boy Sig's got to talk that shit. Do you guys see this bum right here? Right? Who is this guy with morals and integrity? Who is this guy right here?
That is how I do this.
Oh, yeah, begging.
We've been doing this a very, very
begging and then guilt tripping your audience when the membies don't come in.
Very long time. And that's the hand we were dealt when we kind of had to rebuild on YouTube and Twitch.
God.
Not really in a position to do this without direct viewer support. So a lot of people gift.
Yeah. And there goes the sympathy beg, right? Right on time. Right on time, a day that ends in Y. There goes the sympathy beg.
Myself gift in response to hitting milestones throughout the day.
Yeah. You gift to yourself.
But the direct viewer support has been a
yeah. What a parasite.
It's just been a continued struggle. So that is a cultural thing. When we were on Twitch full time and only on Twitch full time, that was never really an issue. YouTube is a bit of a different.
He used to stream on Twitch.
Culture. So.
Yeah, 10 years rebuilding. I thought he was successful. Yeah, I thought it was nothing but green arrows, right?
We get it. I understand there are differences in what people expect and what people are willing to support. And if you're like, nope, I don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, you guys said it the best. A 10-year rebuild, right? They're like my Falcons, right? Let me get out of there.
That's your choice. But this is how this works.
Yeah. This is how this works, buddy. Right?
Hello, I like money.
Begging, right? Now peep this right here, all right? Because this is where shit really got crazy, because then he just starts flat out lying, brother. Flat out lying. That's why it's so important that we document this.
Really good reason to be in the Discord, okay? Which that's where we're going to go right now for the green room. So that is something you can do if you are a member. If you're not a member and you want to continue with us,
too bad, right? If you're not a member, too bad. But we're going to the green room where the cool kids are, right? If you ain't got a membership, right, that's a shame. You a lame. You can't sit with us.
Sure to hit the join button. And we do have those incentives every week where we do those extra streams when we hit those goals.
Oh yeah, with my wife.
And I have really made a concerted effort. I just streamed for 3 hours and only thanked people for gifting and renewing. I not once was like, oh, we got to hit the goal. We got to do the thing. I don't want to do that. It becomes...
to shut your ass up, brother. Last Friday, you were doing that shit. You were literally counting down. You did the math on how many people had to drop a 5 bomb, right? And I know that you watch the content, brother. So to be fair, right, during the streams, you have kind of toned it down a little bit. But every once in a while, when you're really trying to scramble and hit that goal, buddy, you start begging your ass off.
Disruptive. I would like for that to not...
How does one get in your green room? We don't have a green room.
Such a major part of the show. So today and the last couple of shows, I've tried to really minimize that. Intro, I mention it. Outro, like I'm doing right now, I mention it. Largely only responding to...
Yeah, but it's always in the back of your head. And what difference does it make if you pretty much wrap up the stream with you doing the whole sympathy thing, talking about how you had to rebuild and whatnot? And shout out to Psalms. Sigs in chat, I completed a personal gaming goal, and completing all the Assassin's Creed games with all achievements took me 16 months exactly. Yo, don't be used to Psalms, right? Perseverance, right? You persevered at everything. That's what I like to hear, man. Shout out to Psalms. And also, shout out to Miguel Diaz, right? He says, I'm back after my knee surgery. Twitch, a favorite Filipino. Okay. Well, shout out to you with your knee surgery, right? Even though that certainly hasn't stopped you from being bad faith and spreading narratives. Good to see you, Miguel Diaz, right? Glad. Hope everything's going good, man. Good to see you, brother.
Renewals and gifts so that we can just talk and do the talk show. Have you thought about bringing back morning coffee? YouTube needs to fix how they do members only content.
Yeah, because it's always YouTube's fault. YouTube needs to fix everything for Lono, right? Because Lono's just dealt a bad hand. There's nothing he could do.
So, yeah. They completely destroyed everything that we spent 4 years building. They just started putting members' content in front of people that couldn't watch it, and I think that's fundamentally backwards. That was an enormous that was really destructive to what we were doing and what we were building. It's unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, a shill castle.
We spent 4 years being like, hey, if you support, if you sign up, if you gift, you know,
begging.
You know, we'll have morning coffee, we'll have green room for you, we'll have these segments every day, and then YouTube kind of broke that entire edifice.
Yeah.
So
it's always YouTube doing the thing, dude.
Yeah. If the membership trends continue the way they do, you know, we'll just continue to have to analyze shifting things around and moving things because you know, there's other things we can do and other ways we can, like, you know, do member incentives.
Maybe if you actually advocated for consumers, brother, more people would show up and they would support.
And celebration streams and stuff in the Discord. We're always open to those suggestions. So feel free to leave.
Right, somebody needs to suggest that he needs to get off a PlayStation stick, right? And shut up the hijinks. Oh, my bad. If they're not members, they don't matter, right? Shut up the hijinks, man. Yo, drop in the fucking facts, man.
Comment or come into the Discord and let us know, like, hey, we really like this, or this guy does this, or this person over here does that. I've been doing this for 11 years, and I'm always open to suggestions on those things, because, like, giving you as much value as I can has always been my MO. YouTube doesn't seem to respond to that. We've had about the same member count for 5 years.
Right? And what is it, like 550, 540, right? He says it all the time, right? Wow. So it's almost, your memberships aren't growing. Right? Crazy. It's almost like you have a cult, right? But no one knew once in.
You know, I joke. I'm like, I could say there's a guy in the room that's gonna shoot me if we don't get 10 new members, and people would be like, "It was nice knowing you, Lono." Like, we're gonna go watch
Money.
Right? I'm surprised you haven't done that at this point.
some other videos. Like, YouTube is very much it's a very transient experience for people. Like, you just kind of go to the next video. I completely get it. I do the same thing, right? I watch a video, I go to the next video, I go to the next video. Totally get that. I understand, and I know that's kind of the fight that we're fighting. So all I can do is continue to put forth in front of you the reality of, I can't do this without direct viewer support. If the support doesn't...
And this is what I mean. Here comes the sympathy bag. Here comes the, I can't do this. The channel doesn't survive, right? If you guys don't give me
money,
right? All I can say is, look at this bum. I'll just keep on saying, I'll just repeat what he was saying earlier. Look at this bum, right? Look at this parasite, right? Where's his morals, his ethics, his integrity, right? If somebody really needed money, right? Why would you sit in front of a webcam and beg for it, right? Why would you not just go get a job, right? He's a very learned individual and everything.
You know,
he's very smart, super intelligent, right? I wonder why he's just sitting up here begging his audience, trying to guilt trip them into sending him in money.
Support's not there, then eventually shows won't be there as well. That's the way a lot of creators have had to do this. And a lot of people have pivoted and done other things, and I'm not wanting to do that. So that's why we have the Discord. We have the stream with Madam. And then we try to do about as much as we can. So,
yeah, shout out to the streams with Madam.
So if there are ideas you have, you're like, hey, I'd love to see you do this or that or the third, you can leave that comment and we can consider it. I've been asking for pain incentives for a while. People like that. I just think the humiliation ritual, pain ritual thing as an incentive for members, I'm not.
Oh wow! So pretty much dropping your ego and having a little bit of fun.
I'm a big fan of that. I don't like doing it. I don't think it ends up resulting in good content. It just, I don't know. I don't like the idea.
Yeah, because Lono is just too smart. He's not going to let anybody joke with him. He's not going to let anybody yank his chain. Right? Pause.
Of like, you know, pay me money and I'll embarrass myself. I just don't.
Yeah. You do that for free.
I feel like we have a vibe and we have a style and a brand that is very much. It's very, very high value. It's
buddy. Well, all I can say is
nope, not happening. Hello, I like money.
High value.
Very, very interactive. You do not have to pay me to talk to me. There are people that won't even read your comments if you don't super chat. I don't do any of that. And I feel like multiple, you know, five shows a week, every single day. Sometimes.
Was that a jab at Alex? 1,000%. That was a jab at Alex.
Multiples, gameplay, uploads, reviews. Really ease of access of me in the Discord. I've only got so many, you know, levers to pull, and I feel like we pull pretty much all of them to offer good value and to
the beg levers,
offer a good product. And if folks don't value it or they they don't see a reason to support, there's nothing. I'm not gonna like argue them into support. I'm just gonna keep putting the product out there.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna fucking use sympathy and try to guilt trip them into giving you money,
Saying,
pretty
hey,
much.
If you like this and you'd like this to continue, you got to support it. That's how it works, you know? And I think sometimes people literally think, well, it's $5. What's the big deal? I'll get it gifted. I think that's the other thing we kind of work against. We've got very generous people.
Wow. You work against people being generous.
Here, and you can largely
Yeah, the coupon cutting members.
scoop up a membership fairly easily without ever having to spend. And I think that also is just a bit of a challenge that I readily know. It's like, well, people are gonna gift. So just continue to call on people to see that as an idea, that when you raise that floor of membership, new people get gifted and new people get into the community. And so your $5 does go a long way. You guys that continually do your own memberships, you should know that your membership and your support goes a long way. You're making space for others, and you're helping the community grow. So, and we do a segment in the Discord pretty much every day. Some days we run out of time, or like Fridays I can't really do it. So more
Crazy. White crazy, right? All I can say is the Lono segment,
just
right?
platitude after platitude after platitude.
The Lono hour. Yeah, what a parasite, right?